They laughed the moment she stepped onto the range. Not the quiet kind of laughter, either, the sharp, careless kind that carries across dust and steel and pride. The kind that sticks to your skin. 18 years old, barely out of high school. Thin shoulders under an oversized range jacket. And clipped awkwardly to her rifle was the thing they couldn't stop staring at. Is that an attachment? One SEAL muttered, loud enough to be heard. Looks like something off a toy, another said, shaking his head. A third laughed. Who let a kid into our trial? She heard all of it. Lena Ortiz kept her eyes forward and her hands steady. Her fingers rested on the rifle the way some people rest their hands on a steering wheel, familiar, calm, unshaken. The strange-looking module mounted along the scope rail gleamed faintly in the desert sun. She had built it herself. 3 years of scavenged parts. 2 years of late nights soldering and coding. 1 year of begging instructors to let her test it. None of them had. Until today. This wasn't supposed to be her moment. She wasn't even supposed to be here. The trial was for Tier 1 operators, a closed-door evaluation meant to compare new targeting systems under real-world stress. Someone high up had seen her prototype and scoffed, then shrugged. Let the kid bring her toy. It'll be entertaining. So here she stood, surrounded by men whose patches carried blood and stories and ghosts. Men who had been shooting longer than she had been alive. Men who looked at her the way people look at something fragile that wandered into the wrong place. The range officer cleared his throat. Standard evaluation. Multiple distances. Wind variables. Timed acquisition. You miss, you're done. Lena nodded once. She didn't explain the attachment. She never did. Every time she tried, people stopped listening halfway through. They saw her age, her face, her hands. They didn't see the nights she slept beside her rifle because it was the only thing that felt constant after her mother died. They didn't see her father teaching her ballistics at the kitchen table, then quietly leaving one morning and never coming back. They didn't see the way shooting became the one place the world stopped hurting. They just saw a kid. The first target popped at 800 meters. One of the SEALs stepped up casually, fired, and rang steel. Clean, efficient. Applause followed. Another did the same, and another. Confidence rolled through the team like muscle memory. Then it was Lena's turn. She settled prone, breathing slow. The laughter hadn't stopped, but it no longer mattered. Her cheek pressed against the stock. Her eye aligned with the glass. The attachment hummed softly, barely audible, a vibration only she could feel through the rifle. Wind shifted. The attachment adjusted. She didn't. The shot cracked. Steel rang. The range went quiet. Lucky, someone muttered. Targets moved farther. 1 kilometer. Then 1,200 meters. Wind picked up, unpredictable. SEALs adjusted holds, consulted spotters, recalculated. Hits came slower now. Misses crept in. Lena didn't rush. Each time she fired, the attachment fed her micro-adjustments, subtle, intuitive, born from thousands of simulations and real-world data she had painstakingly gathered alone. It didn't shoot for her. It didn't correct mistakes. It trusted her, and she trusted it. Hit, hit, hit. At 1,600 meters, a SEAL missed twice and swore under his breath. At 1,800, another clipped dirt. At 2,000 meters, only one man rang steel, and it took him 3 shots. Lena hit it on her first. Someone laughed again, but this time it was nervous. Okay, the range officer said slowly, push it. The final target was brutal. Extreme distance, gusting crosswinds, mirage dancing, like heat ghosts. It was a shot that demanded patience and humility. One by one, the SEALs tried. None of them hit. Silence settled heavy as the sun dipped lower. Lena lay behind her rifle, heart steady, palms warm. She thought of her mother's voice telling her not to apologize for taking up space. She thought of every closed door, every smirk, every, maybe later. She exhaled. The attachment compensated for wind shear that changed mid-breath. She adjusted pressure by grams, not pounds. The shot echoed. For half a second, nothing happened. Then the steel sang. No one spoke. The range officer lowered his binoculars slowly. That's a confirmed hit. One of the SEALs removed his sunglasses. Another shook his head, stunned. The man who had called it a toy walked over, crouched beside her, and looked at the attachment with new eyes. What is that thing? He asked quietly. Lena sat up, brushing dust from her jacket. Her voice didn't shake when she answered. It's not an attachment, she said. It's a partnership. They didn't laugh this time. They listened. By the end of the day, the mockery was gone, replaced by questions. Real ones. Respectful ones. Offers followed, training, funding, development contracts, but Lena didn't rush to say yes. She had learned something important long before she ever outshot a SEAL team. Validation feels good, but belief in yourself is louder. As the sun set over the range, she packed her rifle and walked away the same way she had arrived, quietly. The difference was behind her now stood men who understood that skill doesn't announce itself with age or arrogance. Sometimes, it shows up with a strange-looking idea, carried by someone the world wasn't ready to take seriously. Until they had no choice.